The class was almost over and you had been trying to focus on Professor Jungkook's lecture, but your attention kept drifting to him as he stood at the front, effortlessly commanding everyone's attention. It was something you usually loved about him, how dedicated and passionate he was when he teaches. Today you all got your exam results and everyone did amazing according to him. It was a great improvement and you could also notice that he scored more than any other time, and you couldn't wait to get home and hear him being proud of you not only as a professor but also husband. But today he had been on about one particular student a bit too much for your liking. She always finds a way to be his favorite student, and although you know, but as a wife it makes you a little jealous. And I have to say, Minji has really outdone herself on this exam, he said with a proud smile, looking at her across the room. Not only did she get the top score, but her answers were incredibly detailed. I don't see this level of dedication often, and I just want everyone to know how impressive it is. You glanced down at her notes, trying not to let it bother you, but he wasn't done yet. She has really set the bar high for everyone. It's not easy to achieve this level of understanding in such a short time. You're going to be a great example for your classmates. That was it. You felt your jaw clench. Jungkook was almost gushing about Minji. Your pen snapped in your grip and you crossed your arms pretending to look at your notebook. But the irritation was bubbling up inside. You noticed how she was blushing and acting as if she's the only brilliant student in the whole world. After class, you quickly gathered your things, avoiding his gaze as you made your way towards the door, but before you could escape, you felt his hand lightly grabbing your arm. I have to show you something. His tone wasn't like your professor but your husband, who whispered softly so only you could hear. He turned around, keeping a straight face. What is it, Professor? His eyes rose at the title. Professor? Really? He tugged you aside, away from the crowd of students leaving the room. Are you mad? You gave a little shrug. Why would I be? Your star student did an incredible job. I'm sure she'll appreciate your praise. He tilted his head, but before he could say anything, you freed your arm and left without giving him a second look. He looked at you amused. Wow, did I mess up? Before he thinks of anything else, Minji came there. Professor John, can I have you for a moment? Please, I have a question to discuss. Jungkook nodded and came inside the classroom. Jungkook ended the call when you didn't pick up, even after he dialed your number for the 5th time. What happened to her? He was inside his car waiting for you to come as you both go home together, but you didn't come today. After that class, he didn't see you at all, and the way you talked last time felt like you were mad about something. It's impossible for her to stick to one mood a day. He went out of the car to ask if someone knows where you are, only to find that you already left. He sat inside the car, running a hand through his hair before starting the engine. I hope she safely goes home. When Jungkook came back home, he saw you sitting on the couch, scrolling through reels and giggling. But when you noticed him, you didn't even look at him and pretend like you're unaware of his presence. You could have at least informed me that you're not coming with me. On top of that, you didn't even answer my phone. He said, dropping his bag on the couch, and waited for your reply, but you didn't even look at him, making him frown. Wyan, aren't you listening? I'm saying something. Before he could finish, you caught up as your friend called and walked towards the bedroom, leaving him confused. What's happening here? Is she ignoring me? I agree without a doubt. I know she does that on purpose, you said, rolling your eyes. And did you notice how she was acting around Professor John? As if now she's the only one he will notice. She said, leave it, I don't even talk about that. Yes, I don't want to ruin your mood, but I'm happy with our marks. We improved a lot, right? You smiled. Without a doubt. Jungkook came inside the room and waiting at the door so he can talk to you after you finish. Okay, then I'll talk to you later. You ended the call and turned around only to find Jungkook standing at the door. You looked away and tried to walk away, ignoring him again, but he decided not to let you continue this. Can I ask what's going on? He tried to ask, but when you still decided to leave, he blocked your way. Let me go, you said calmly without looking at him. Not until I know what's going on. You tried to grab the doorknob, but instead he pulled you back by your arm and locked the room before looking at you. Why did you lock the door? Now can you tell me what's going on? You have been avoiding me all evening. He crossed your arms looking away. Nothing's going on. You replied, barely glancing at him. He let out a sigh, running a hand through his hair. Alright, I'll bite. What did I do this time? You gave him a pointed look. Maybe you should go ask Minji. You muttered under your breath, folding your arms even tighter. Jungkook blinked in surprise, then a small smile started to spread across his face as he leaned back against the wall, crossing his own arms. Wait, this is about Minji? Why would it be? He replied quickly, a little too quickly, making his smirk widen. I'm sure she would be thrilled to have her favorite professor's attention all to herself. He laughed softly, raising an eyebrow. Are you jealous? You scoffed, looking away stubbornly. Of course not. It's just she's always the one you praise, and it's not exactly easy to sit there listening to you go on and on about her like that. He shook his head, trying to keep his amusement in check. Why? She's a good student. She deserves praise for her hard work. It's my job as a professor. You let out a huff. But I'm not just a student, I'm your wife too. And while I get that you are her professor, there's only so much a wife can take of hearing her husband gush over someone else. At that, Jungkook's expression softened, but he still wore that teasing smile. Ah, I see. So this is the wife side of you talking. You looked away, heat creeping into your cheeks as you tried to defend yourself. I mean, can you blame me? You couldn't stop talking about her all day. It was like you forgot I was even there. Jungkook stepped closer, his smile shifting from teasing to something warmer. Why, come on, you know there's no one I care about more than you. You gave him a doubtful look, still stubbornly refusing to meet his gaze. Well, you sure don't act like it sometimes. He chuckled, reaching out to gently tilt your chin up, finally making you look at him. Why, no one else ever compares to you. Not even close. Minji might be a great student, but you're my wife, my partner, and my favorite person to annoy. He glared, trying not to smile. Oh, trust me, you are doing an excellent job of that. Are you really jealous, Ryan? Jealous? You scoffed, shaking your head. Of course not. I just think it's funny how you practically worshipped her in class today. Maybe I should find myself a favorite professor too. Someone who'll give me attention like that. His brows shot up and you could see the flicker of annoyance in his eyes. Excuse me? You shrugged again, a hint of a smirk tugging at your lips. Well, if you can have a favorite student, why can't I have a favorite professor? He narrowed his eyes while his jaw tensed. He knew you are just trying to test his patience. You wouldn't. Oh, you raised an eyebrow, stepping a little closer, challenging him. Maybe I will. I mean, you're giving her so much praise. Guess I could use a little attention from someone else too. Jungkook's expression darkened, and without warning he grabbed your wrist, pulling you closer so you were just inches away from him. Is that what you want? Attention from another professor? You bit back a smile, enjoying the way his grip tightened slightly. Maybe. You replied, keeping your tone light but teasing. Jungkook's eyes flickered with something darker as he leaned down. His voice dropped low, dangerous whisper. You wouldn't dare. Why not? You tilted your head innocently. After all, you seem perfectly fine giving someone else all your attention. For a moment he was silent, his gaze was intense as he studied your face. Then, without another word, he tightened his grip on your wrist and led you towards the bed. You gasped slightly as he pushed you on the bed. Jungkook, what are you doing? You said as your heart started beating faster. Oh, I'm just making sure you don't go running off to find this favorite professor of yours. I think it's time I remind you exactly who you belong to. Your heart pounded as he trapped you in his arms, not leaving any space for you to escape from him. You think I don't notice when my wife's upset? When she's trying to make me jealous? You swallowed, refusing to break eye contact. Maybe I just wanted to make you feel how it feels to see your man praising someone more than you, to see if you cared. He chuckled, the sound low and rich as he leaned closer, his lips brushing against your ear. Oh, I care, but if you think I'm going to let you get away with this little stunt. Before you could respond, his lips claimed yours in a fierce, possessive kiss that left you breathless. His hands moved to your waist, pulling you flush against him. His grip was firm and unyielding. He was making it very clear there was no room for doubt. When he finally pulled back, his eyes were dark, his voice laced with a hint of a challenge. Still thinking about finding another favorite? You smirked, catching your breath. Maybe if this is the reaction I get, I should try harder. His eyes flashed, and without warning he lifted you up, pressing you against the wall as his lips found yours again. Kiss deepening as he held you tightly in his arms. Don't even think about it, because you're mine, got it? You looped your arms around his neck, a smug smile on your face. Then maybe you should keep proving it. His gaze darkened, his smirk returning as he pulled you even closer. Oh, I will, and by the time I'm done, you won't remember anyone's name but mine. You giggled, resting your forehead against his.